There's a reason why I have a lot of enemies, a lot of people that love me. I'm not vanilla. It's one or the other. And one of the things I touched on yesterday at the end of the show was terrestrial radio and what's going on with terrestrial radio, especially with what's going on with my situation back home in Cleveland, Ohio, with a show I helped create, put on the map, and it became very successful. Just to give you an idea, I put this on my Facebook. When I tried out for that job, when I was asked to try out, only 3 people auditioned. It was Ryan Dalton, who's a local comic, and Mark Nolan, who was a weather guy. I ended up getting the job. All the Cleveland comics were pissed. The show blew the fuck up. I got fired. Me and the host didn't get along. The company, Clear Channel, iHeart, were scumbags. They used it as an out. That whole station, everybody there, they basically turned their back on me, and I realized these guys are garbage. And then this guy, Bill Squire, comes in. Still, when I had the job, was still gunning for it. He had no identity. He was just a local guy. Total kiss ass. Got in. Worked 2 months for free before they hired him. Hired him as an hourly employee. Then he got on contract, and he's been there for a long time. And they just fired him. And the funny thing is he just went and got a WMMS tattoo, and they just threw him to the curb like fucking garbage. And I think it's hilarious. It's karma. This guy's been a complete shithead to me. He said shitty things about me. He did get me fired from a comedy club about using a situation that it didn't even involve him. He got involved with something that didn't even involve him. He butted in. So he was constantly trying to get me canceled. And now he's out on his ass. And I love every minute of it. Usually you don't want to be happy when someone gets fired because it's a shitty thing to go through. I mean, Lord knows mine was a difficult thing, but this guy was such a shithead for the longest time. And those guys never gave me my props or my dues for what I did, the foundation I laid, the way to make that show popular. Because when I got fired, like I said, 3 people auditioned for that job. And when I got fired, everyone and their fucking mom was gunning for it. Local comics, touring comics, you name it, all wanted the fucking gig. And anyways, and now Steel Toe wants to get back in terrestrial radio. Even though they're firing everybody and this Biden-Harris economy, it's a bloodbath. But Steel Toe's getting back in. Let's take a look. Let's go to the phones. This is courtesy of Stallion 19.
And now we're starting to lose again. So I gotta keep shit tight around here.
By the way, I don't know if anybody saw this. I think MGD tweeted it out that Aaron went to his community chat, his group chat on Facebook, and told everyone they need to chip in because he's coming up short every fucking show now. It's not looking good over at the Steel Toe Inc. business.
And I just started looking. I'm like, well, let's see what we've got there, got out there in the sales and marketing world. Let's just check it out. Part-time, full-time. I'm just looking because I'm like, look, let's be prepared, you know? And I'm glad I have a sales and marketing background because holy shit.
Just like Carl. Why aren't you and Carl friends? You guys should be teaming up. You guys have sales and marketing backgrounds. I always said you were a salesman. You and Carl both have marketing backgrounds. No, but I'm a podcaster. I do Jocktober and I do what Anthony does. I'm not like Steel Toe. He's my enemy now. We know, Carl, you're the same guy. You're the same fucking dork who grew up loving Opie and Anthony, jerking off to it. We know you're the same guy as Steel Toe. That's why you look a clown covering him.
Like as shitty as the economy is, that is the one thing. That is the one thing that everyone still needs.
It's not shitty over here.
Jesus Christ. So I did that. And then I think we needed to miss today. I think we needed to take a loss today because it inspired. You know how I told you I've been being a chicken shit?
I will give this about Aaron. He is like always, no matter what and how shitty his situation. It doesn't matter. He has felony charges. He's have to take a plea bargain. He violated restraining orders. He constantly turns it into some kind of W. It's unbelievable. Most people need that sense of delusion. I would love to have a little taste of that delusion, no matter how bad things are. You're like, you know what? It's going pretty fucking good. Even though this guy's literally out on bail. If he commits any kind of crime, he could be put in the slammer. But he's like, you know what? Things are going really fucking good. And again, let me remind everyone how psychotic it is to do what he's doing when you have a family, 3 kids, and 2 ex-wives, and a home. Like, it's insanity. It's insanity. If you have a family and this is how you support them, this is insane. So, yeah, you should get a job. If you have children, if you have a spouse, if you have alimony, you got to get a job. You can't do this. You can't. When you have to think about others, you have to do that. And I listen, I'm not a steel toe cover. I started the steel toe coverage guy, and then Melton popped in, and now everyone's doing it. But I kind of backed off on the pylon. I'm like, fuck him. He's going through shit. He's a douche. And I think that Nick Rekieta is a bigger douche clown. And then I saw Melton trying to buddy with him. And I'm just like, you know what? I'll back off on him. But I'm just still like, this is insane. So let's watch what this fucking guy has to say.
Shit about like contacting the broadcasting company about what we've been talking about the last year or two. I got in touch with them today. And I've been too chicken shit to talk to him because of what's been going on lately. And I wrote to him. I got in touch. He's a busy guy. And he gets back to me today and he says, hey, I'm really sympathetic to what's going on with you. That really sucks, but it sounds like you're getting through it. Blah, 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 blah. And then he goes,
I would love to see this email. I guarantee it didn't say that.
You're still on our radar. You're still the guy. We're still going to do this. And then he said something I've been hearing from literally everyone in every industry. This makes me so sad. And it actually made me like believe in the election tomorrow. You know how cynical I've been and how shitty I've been about it? It actually made me believe in the election. He said, this is the worst year in all of radio I've been in. This is the worst year for the business. And it sucks because everyone I talk to in any business says the same thing. They say these last 2 years have been the worst in my history.
Yeah, so why are you trying to go into a dying archaic industry? I guarantee this guy, because he says he has a sales and marketing background. That's why they want Aaron Emholt. They're like, okay, we need sales. We got to sell this shit. We got to sell radio ads because it's dying. iHeartRadio Cleveland, I know a lot of people up there. I still have a mole in the building. They tell me a lot of things. It is a bloodbath, not just in Cleveland, but across the country. They're firing everybody. Everyone's getting fired in radio because there's other options like this. Right now, we have 484 viewers. Thank you so much. Hit the like button. My old terrestrial radio show would barely crack 100 on YouTube, and they promoted it. Like, who's going to buy advertising on terrestrial radio? What morons are going to waste their money for terrestrial radio advertising? They need salesmen. And the one thing I will say about a lot of those salesmen in Cleveland that I work with, and a lot of them are still there, which is something to be said. And a lot of them are good people. I haven't spoken to them in a long time, but they're good. They're good. They can sell. They literally sell shit to people and make commission. They're like, here, would you like to buy some shit? And they're like, all right, yeah, this looks good. This looks like great shit. And that's what they were doing. And they can lie. We're killing it in the ratings. Who are you going up against in the ratings? Your ratings are archaic. You're going up against a classic rock station, a country station, playing music, which you could just play on your fucking iPod, your iTunes, your Spotify. I mean, radio is so dead. But the only thing about Aaron where it might work, because he's in the shittiest radio, like 200th, it's just a weak signal. It's not even, it might work in a small town because it still kind of works in Cleveland. They're used to their routine. But these smaller towns with these weak signals, radio might still be a thing. They haven't adapted to technology. They're not listening to Pandora. They're not listening to Spotify. They're not downloading it. So Aaron very well might get a job, and wherever the fuck Minnesota part he is, at some shitty weak signal that he was working for. So yeah, dude, you could sell ads for this station. You can make us money. Sure, we'll throw you on in the mornings too if you want that, but we're more or less interested in you selling ads for this shit. Pay to play. That was the difference between Aaron M. Holt and my career. I was a salary employee with benefits, company car. I didn't have to go sell ads. I never sold ads, but Aaron has to. Just like Carl had to when he was in marketing.
History in the business. So when we got to talking about that, and I laid down an idea. I laid down a path that I think we could end up going for. So finding out that going back and getting my number.
It's amazing that you don't want to build your YouTube like I am. We're over 7,000 subscribers. When I started this 2 years ago, we were barely over 1,000, barely monetized. I realized this is the future of what we're doing. This is where it's at. People back, why don't you go back to radio? There are no jobs, none. I quit that search in 2015 when I lost the job at the Loop, which is no longer there. And there was another station that was offering me $30,000. I think it was in, God, where the fuck was it? It was down in Arkansas or somewhere shitty. And I was just like, yeah, we're good. I'm out. Fuck that industry. It's garbage. So that's why right now in this day and age, where we're going, you got to build your YouTube. You got to build your Patreon. You got to get your memberships. You got to build an audience. And I got a good fan base right now. We're a tight-knit community of good people, from Eva Robinson to G-Rob to Bill from Jersey, KB. I can name them all. I can keep going. It's not that I left you out. I know who all of you are. But going back to terrestrial, it's going backward. You're literally taking steps backwards. That's why I offer the best deal in town, guys. Patreon.com/sitdownzumock. Become a $100 sponsor. It's the best deal. Go talk to a terrestrial radio salesperson about ads. Go. You'll come running back to me. I'm telling you right now. We have people here watching from Cleveland, Northeast Ohio, Florida area, the New York area, the Minnesota area. It's a good way to get your product out there. Like Lisa Stewart at Perry Skincare. Use the promo code CHAD10, get 10% off your order. She's selling out like a motherfucker because of all of you. She gets it. He gets it. And then you got Stephen Bravo. Shout out Stephen Bravo. He's promoting. He's a $100 sponsor. He's promoting Kevin Soundboard on YouTube, who's a funny guy. Go subscribe to his channel. Crooklyn Comedy. So he's promoting his YouTube channel. He's back again for the 4th month. New York comic, killing it right now. Go follow him on social media. Crooklyn Comedy, Crooklyn-Comedy on YouTube. I got famous people. Nick Swardson, his Toilet Head tour. I'm texting with him right now. I got dates coming up. Go to nickswartzen.net and get your tickets. He's coming. He's in Chattanooga right now. Maybe Pat Dixon can go see a real comedian and he can get bitter and angry and hate Nick Swardson like he hates everybody else. So consider signing up to the $100 tier. It's a great deal. It's something that, I really promote it. I really push it. And guys like Jeff Levine, who was with Silk City Hot Sauce, they're trying to find their way. They're lost without me. I love Mike Bichetti, but good luck. Shout out to the $100 tier. Stephen Bravo, you're not on the scroll yet. You will be. Hit the like button.
Back is still on the table. That this didn't kill it. Oh, I got so happy about it, man. Because getting that, I can stop begging. YouTube and Rumble and all that can be just a simultaneous.
So he still has, even though he has felony charges pending, he's on probation. They're like, let's hire this guy. This guy seems like a good idea. So now he's going to quit begging for the goal that he's missing out on every single show. This will be interesting to watch.
Cast that we do of the radio show. I'd die for that, man. And then you guys could still watch the show. Pakistan would like it better. I'm really excited for that. And look, things in radio, when things are going well, move like a glacier. But I want my spot back, and I want it bad. Nobody ever beat me. I was undefeated. I had to.
You were a salesman selling ads to be on the radio.
Leave it.
In a shitty market. You had zero competition. Zero. Aaron, I looked into your radio station. I looked into it. I did my research when you were attacking me. You are a small market nothing. You never, when you got fired, no one was looking for you. No one was hiring you. So who are you fooling here? Not me. Not me. Anybody that's actually been in radio, we know you're full of shit. What was that station he was on? I'm looking it up right now. I did it. I looked into it. It's a weak fucking signal, and you had no competition. Zero. I can't find it. It was dog shit. But you know what? You should get a job. You should go back into sales. Go back into sales and make this your hobby.
Sucked.
And hire Gino while you're at it. They need jobs. Holy shit. Shout out to Gino Bisconte. Gino, are you watching? I know you got a membership. You were gifted a membership. Gino, and his return to YouTube yesterday, and from my reports, made $30. Whoa! It's going great, Gino. It really is. Keep sending me those text messages, buddy. We're going to show those texts today. I promise. That's a tease when we get to Gino.